Hello. This presentation's intention is to share our health and physical education curriculum and to discuss the manner in which the Butler School District will teach certain standards. Thank you for taking the time to watch our presentation and to learn more about our efforts. The recent revisions in the NJSLS standards include condensing competencies from 6 grade bands to 4. The new grade bands are end of 2nd grade, end of 5th grade, end of 8th grade, and end of 12th grade. As such, content in our curriculum is written to reflect a grade band. For example, it will say, by the end of 2nd grade, students will be able to. Another revision is that the NJDOE condensed the standards from 6 different standards to 3. The 3 overarching standards focus on personal and mental health, physical wellness, and personal safety. The first standard focuses on personal and mental health. In this, units will teach facets of personal growth and development, emotional health, parenting and pregnancy, social and sexual health, and health and support services which are available to students and progress through the 4 aforementioned grade bands. The second standard will cover the concepts of physical wellness, including movement concepts, lifelong physical fitness, and nutrition. Lastly, students will work through standards focused on safety, more specifically personal safety, health conditions, diseases and medicines, alcohol, tobacco, and drug education, with coverage of dependency, substance disorders, and treatment. When revising our curriculum, we looked at the grade bands and standards and structured our curriculum under 10 core tenets. It is important to note that some of these tenets present themselves in many of our curricula in different ways as we strive to create a culture and climate of acceptance, respect, safety, and success. The first is teaching our students how to act as responsible and contributing members of our society. The second focuses on teaching how to build and maintain healthy relationships. The third intends to help our children understand how to communicate clearly and effectively. The fourth focuses on helping all within our learning community constructively resolve conflict. The fifth focuses on our students understanding the importance of attending to their physical, emotional, and social well-being. Next, our PE and health curriculum strives to teach the importance of leading an active lifestyle. The seventh tenet intends to give students tools to make them positive, constructive decision makers. Eighth, we want to be able to proactively work to equip our students with tools that will allow them to self-regulate under stressful circumstances or within challenging scenarios. Ninth is to help our students understand the importance of personal goal setting within their lives. And lastly, we want to be able to help our students navigate the realities and responsibilities of available technology, social media, and the internet. Since the NJDOE released these revisions, questions have been raised about the content of some of the standards. This has been publicized more over the past weeks. The next portion of our presentation will share the standards that have been most commonly questioned and how our district intends to cover those standards. It is important to note that, while some of the revised standards have caused concern, many of the standards remain the same and have been covered in our district for a few years now. As a practice, we have provided our learning community with the choice to opt out of units. For example, when we teach pubertal onset at RBS, we send home a notice prior to the unit and allow parents to opt their child out if they so choose. Prior to discussing the revised standards, over the past week, leaders in the state of New Jersey shared the following, empowering districts to adopt the standards in a manner that best fits their individual communities. Governor Murphy shared that the implementation of the curriculum is done at the district level. As such, each district may cover the standards in different manners. The Acting Commissioner of Education in New Jersey, Dr. Alan McMillan, shared at a press conference that local school boards have the authority to adopt curriculum and materials that work to advance their community's values. What is important to share is that the standards, as outlined, have to be included in a district's curriculum, as districts get monitored by the NJDOE, and successful monitoring includes a review of curricula that must be aligned to the New Jersey Student Learning Standards. Governor Murphy and Dr. Alan McMillan, understanding the mandate to adopt the standards, have openly shared that districts have the ability to teach those standards in a way that befits each learning community best. Knowing this, the Butler School District will address the following standards which have raised some concern. As we have always done, we will provide our families with the ability to opt out of certain units. In this scenario, students would work on alternate assignments in a separate environment. The first standard in the first grade band states that by the end of grade 2, students will be taught the range of ways people express gender and how gender role stereotypes may limit behavior. The Butler School District will cover this as a part of our current climate and culture program, Character Counts. In this, our approach is and will remain that all individuals have the abilities to pursue any career or course of study that interests them. We will continue to promote that gender and/or gender roles do not limit or define anyone's ability. More importantly, we will continue to promote the fact that all individuals deserve respect regardless of identity or expression. The second standard that has caused some concern in this grade band focuses on listing the medically accurate names for body parts, including the genitals. Our district will continue to address this as we have done prior, teaching our students the proper terms for body parts that can be seen when fully clothed. We will refer to the genitals as private areas. This term still fits the intention behind the standard, which is to provide children with terminology in the instance that they may need to report if they have been physically assaulted. We encourage our families to cover biological names how and when they feel it to be appropriate during the elementary years. In the next grade band, the standard question states that by the end of grade 5, students will be able to explain common human sexual development and the role of hormones. As we have done, we will teach this unit with a focus on puberty and the biological changes that occur during this time in a person's life. Our intent is to give students tools and knowledge to help them understand and navigate this time in their lives, as well as to share resources and people with whom they can speak to for assistance. The first standard in the next grade band states that by the end of grade 8, students will be able to define vaginal, oral, and anal sex. Butler will teach our students that they have agency over their bodies, focusing on personal safety, dealing with peer pressure, what dating violence is and how to report it, and what assault is and how to report that. The terms in the standard will be taught as vocabulary, not intentional lessons on what each is. The intention of the vocabulary is to give students knowledge allowing them to accurately report any instances of harm or abuse. The next standard in this grade band that we would like to clarify and discuss states that by the end of grade 8, students will be able to differentiate between gender identity, gender expression, and sexual orientation. Our intent is to continue to have our focus on acceptance of all within our schools and community, respecting individualism and choice. We will cover factual information about sexual gender identity as a part of acceptance and respect for all. The Butler School District firmly believes that one of the strengths of our community is the fact that we are composed of families and individuals who bring a variety of cultures, religious affiliations, moral beliefs, and familial values. As shared in this presentation, we have a focus on acceptance and respect for those qualities, and we work to not just espouse that, but to model it for our children. As such, we will continue to offer our families the ability to opt out of any unit or lesson that they may feel goes against any of their personal choices or beliefs, respecting their choice to do so. The opt-out form can be found on our website in the curriculum section. In addition, as we have done in the past, our teachers will send home notices prior to upcoming units that deal with the standards mentioned in this presentation. This notification will allow our families to preview the standards and discuss them with their children prior to exposure in the classroom. It allows families to ask their child's teacher any questions they may have. It provides time to fill out and return the opt-out form, and it gives family time to speak with their child about the fact that they will be completing an alternate assignment during their next few class meetings if they do choose to opt out. We would like to thank you for your time to preview our presentation. We look forward to our continued partnership, and we thank you for your support.
Created using Powtoon.